I was sitting in my Chicago hotel room, wrapping up a late-night conference call, feeling that rare calm when life finally starts to balance out. For 4 long years, I pushed through, overtime shifts, missed weekends, endless late nights. Not because I valued work over my wife, Emily, but because I wanted to build a future where worry didn't share our bed. The irony of success is that it can quietly destroy what you're trying hardest to protect. When my phone buzzed, I expected something sweet. A goodnight text, maybe a picture of her goofy smile. Instead, it was a message so plain, so detached it felt rehearsed. Hey, I think we need some space. No explanation. No context. Just a few words that landed harder than any blow. I stared at the screen for a long moment. My mind spun through disbelief, sadness, confusion, betrayal. People don't ask for space when they're fighting to stay. They ask when someone else is already standing where you used to. My chest tightened, but my thoughts stayed steady. If she wanted distance, I wouldn't plead or chase. I simply typed, take all the space you need. Just don't be home when I return. The silence afterward was deafening. I could almost see her expression shift, from sure to startled. Then came the rapid follow-up. Wait, what? Why are you acting like this? I didn't answer. I closed my phone and leaned back on the bed, not angry, just exhausted. I'd noticed the signs for weeks. The nights she suddenly stayed out late, the co-worker's perfume she started wearing, the sudden obsession with the gym after nearly a decade of ignoring fitness. Her phone, always face down, always locked. Like thunder before a storm, the signs were there. Most men feel the truth long before it's said out loud. I'd prayed it was stress, boredom, anything but betrayal. But when someone asks for space, they're usually already halfway gone. My reply wasn't revenge, it was acceptance. I refused to let her walk away while expecting me to wait in the doorway, faithful and confused. That night, I slept better than expected. Acceptance does that. It dulls the pain before it breaks you. The next morning, my phone was flooded with messages. We need to talk. I didn't mean it like that. Can we slow down? Are you okay? Funny how people want clarity only when they've lost control. I ignored them all and went about my meetings as if nothing had changed. Calm, steady, the way a man behaves when he's done explaining himself. I wasn't planning drama. No shouting, no pleading, no broken glass, no essays about love. Real strength is silent. She wanted space. I planned to give her so much of it that she'd drown in her own request. By midday, curiosity got the better of me. I opened our shared location app. Her location was turned off. Not a surprise, just confirmation. Betrayal always hides before it confesses. I extended my trip by a night. Not because I had to, but because timing matters. I wanted her to sit in uncertainty, wondering if I'd believed her little space story or seen straight through it. By evening, the calls began. 2, 5, 10. I ignored them all. On the 11th, I answered. Her voice trembled immediately. Please don't do this. We need to talk face to face. I said nothing. Silence unnerves the guilty more than rage ever will. After a long pause, I said evenly, I'll be home tomorrow. Before she could reply, I ended the call. When my plane landed and I drove home, the air felt sharper, lighter, cleansed. The driveway was empty. Her car gone. Maybe she thought I'd cool off. Maybe she was somewhere she believed I'd never find out about. Inside, her suitcase was half-packed, clothes scattered, makeup gone, perfume missing. But she didn't expect what came next. I'd already changed the locks before leaving Chicago. Her key sat useless on the kitchen counter beside a note in her handwriting. We need to talk. It's strange how people only crave communication when their comfort is threatened. Later that evening, I heard the door rattle. Then came the knocking, soft at first, then desperate. Please open the door, she cried. We just needed a break. Why are you being dramatic? Dramatic. The word used by those who shatter trust but expect praise for honesty. I pulled the curtain aside and looked at her through the glass. Space, remember? I said quietly. Her confidence cracked, tears spilling where arrogance once stood. I didn't mean it like that, she whispered. Then how did you mean it? I asked. She fumbled for her phone, shaking. You can check everything, I swear. There's nothing going on. I smiled, tired, not cruel. I don't need to check. Your actions already told the story. She slid down against the door, crying, begging for another chance. But pleading doesn't erase choices. And love doesn't survive humiliation. If you need space, I said softly, you deserve it fully. Those words cut deeper than anger ever could. Love doesn't die when someone cheats. It dies when they stop pretending they're not. She finally whispered, so that's it? I looked at her, not with hate, but with clarity earned through pain. You don't pause a marriage like a Netflix show because you're bored, I said. You don't ask for space from loyalty and expect devotion waiting on the other side. I slid an envelope through the mail slot, separation papers, dated that day. Her breath hitched. She realized she hadn't lost me for asking for space. She lost me for believing I'd stay as her backup plan. When I turned away and walked into the quiet of my home, I felt something unexpected, peace. Because sometimes losing someone isn't tragedy, it's release. She thought she could taste freedom and return to a man who'd still be waiting. She mistook loyalty for elasticity, but I wasn't punishing her. I was respecting myself. And here's the truth she learned too late. When a woman asks for space, she gambles the relationship. When a man gives it without hesitation, she's already lost.